Hello and welcome back. This is Eric Lee. I am doing the Awesome Baduk Masterclass series by Yoon Youngsun and the Awesome Baduk team. So how this works is that basically I submitted a bunch of my questions after memorizing the game. The team answered a bunch of my questions. It was actually very helpful, and Yoon Sabomnim posted her video, which was a review on this game, and I will link that in the description for those of you who want to watch it. And the goal was to watch this video, and then we got two follow-up homework problems, which I will go over relating to the game. I also did some of my own independent AI study with my little version of Katago, and I tried to get some ideas into what I was missing. So let's jump back into this game. And everything kind of starts after Yamayuta plays here, and here, and this Hane. And one of the things that I didn't think about was, well, why not double Hane? There's so many weaknesses here, right? It's not like black can double Hane back. There's Atari, Atari, Atari. There's so many cutting points here. There's so many weaknesses. It's very difficult for black, and now we're going to see something like this, right? And that's going to change the flow of um, the boundaries of the moyo. I think that maybe Shin Minjun did not want to do that. I think that he wanted to make something more solid and make black have a larger but looser kind of moyo so that he could come in later. I think that might have been his idea. Um, Important here, this is the blue spot from my AI. And one of the moves that I didn't consider was this. Because this weakness is so huge, right? If white cuts at m4, there's a big problem, and you lose these two stones, or you lose something down here, which is catastrophic. Um, and then if you defend this, and white defends here, then you come up. This becomes this kind of running battle between all these groups over here. So it's a interesting kind of game. I think after thinking about it and watching the review that Shin Min-jun wanted to create this kind of shape on purpose. Um, there's a lot of ways to deviate, but instead of making it messy, he wanted to do this so that he had the more solid territory, and he was the one messing around in the black area. One of the things that one of the questions I asked was about this move, and I am just way off on this. This clamp does not work at all. It absolutely does not work at all. Because uh, this here, if you go here, then you just lose these stones, right? And so if you block here, then this is also a problem. So it's rough for white trying to go for something like this. This is a very um, I don't think this clamp works. So it's not like this P6 is affecting this clamp, which is nice to know. This S5 is still very big. Then we do this running battle, and here, um, so here, uh, we are the AI wants black to Tenuki and just play here, right? Because we are actually building this area, and we're also building this area, and yeah, I would feel like, oh wow, this magari, this turn is really big, right? And in fact, you can try to play some moves here against these black stones up top. But really, there's not too much of a problem if you try to do something like this. You're just going to allow white or black to defend and make another developing move, either on this side or this side, and black has making a lot of potential here. This upper corner is okay. Um, so the AI really wants black to Tanuki, and black plays here, and then the AI really wants white to Tanuki and play here. Um, and even if you ignore this, these stones are not going to die, and you have two cutting points. So this is considered to be pretty good. So you can actually ignore this hane hane, which is kind of insane to me, but it is very interesting to know that the AI wants black to Tanuki and white to Tanuki, and we kind of see this happen a lot in a lot of Q and amateur player games that I've been reviewing with my Katago, where it says, "Oh, you this is the big area, stupid humans. Listen to the robot and play in the big area. Why aren't you doing that?" And it's kind of nice to know that the one of the greatest Japanese players of all time and rising Korean star, young player, right, prodigy, Shin Min-jun is also making. They're both making this kind of error. This is the same that happens to all of us. It's kind of comforting to know that we all have to kind of we kind of all lack the understanding to play in this area, and it's definitely a comforting feeling to know that everybody suffers from this. So this cut happens. We Atari, my AI did not like this move, and then we play here, and my AI wanted to play here instead of this knight's move, but it's fine. Um, we move on to this. Yeah. So okay. Now it's time to play here, and something that I have realized is that if you play here now, this S17 Tetsuji doesn't work, right? You can just come down, and even if you uh, link up like this, there's no problem. You're going to be able to attach here. If white adds a move over here, then black will just play T14 and kill these stones, right? You can't play T18. If you try to connect like this, then black will just live in this corner. There's no issues. So this S17 is not working the way you want it to. Um, but because of this move, and I think that maybe Yamayuta was aiming at this kind of cut Aji. Getting R14 and Sente here, this is a big deal, and I don't know, like when I first saw this move, I wanted to come back to Q12, but no, R12 makes perfect sense here. You want this to be strong, and the reason is you're aiming at S17. Um, so after this, right? S17 becomes this monstrous move. But there is a defensive resource that maybe Yamayuta missed, and it is to play P18. So it's important to note that I think it's really important to note that when you see this placement Tetsuji, the first thing you should be thinking about is this Hane productive for me? Because it makes it so that you can't connect along the top. So if white answers like this, right, and you make this Atari, then now this works because you cannot uh, link up, and black is fine here. Um, Now you still have to deal with these stones, so maybe that's a reason why he didn't like it. But it's hard to attack the black group with these weak white stones. There's probably going to be some kind of resource that they can use. Um, and in the game, we get this move, so you have to come out here. And one of the questions, or one of the things that I didn't realize, also this was the first homework problem, is that to know about this Hane. Um, but in this situation, black plays here, and interesting question is what happens if white tries to cut off these four stones? Well, you get this cutting variation here, and it's important to note that you can't just give these up, because you have to connect. So it's sente, and then you are going to, you know, this is a big problem. There's also you're going to these stones are going to die also. You get to play here and kill these 5 stones, and that this is massive. This is too much. There's so much power here too. So there's also a sequence where you can't give these up like this. You have to connect, and then if this happens and you connect here as black, you lose the capturing race this way. And if you go and play here, then you go here, and this capturing race, you are going to lose this capturing race, and these 3 white stones are not going to die, right? Because you have this and this as like basically miai. This heavy group is likely just going to die, and so you're going to be able to capture this and this. This is too much. But the problem is that black can start this ko, and this ko is annoying. It's really hard for white to fight this ko because it's so valuable. There's so much value in capturing these stones over here. It makes for weaknesses around this area, and also makes these stones strong. It's really hard for white to fight this ko. So like if black plays a move, white kind of just has to respond, and then this is so big. This is kind of sente on this group. There's issues over here. There's black can net here. There's still this area, and now you've kind of made it so that this is really strong. It's a big mess, but I think that here black is doing better, and so I think that's why over here Shin Min-jun did not elect to cut here at P18 to attack these stones. Instead, we went for this variation. And here, the AI still wants you to go down here. And instead of playing here, like in the game, the AI is just like, humans, please, you gotta play over here. But now we get this move. And then I asked about far pincer, and the reason why we want close pincer is that we want this to be a severe attack for both players. And if we approach for too far away, there's going to be bumps, and allowing white to bump and make shape is very annoying for black, considering that this is still a wall. Even though it has weaknesses, it's still a wall. You just want to try and attack as severely as possible. So when we play here, then this happens, and one of the homework questions is what other sequence would white have preferred to do here. And after watching the video and doing some AI analysis of my own, there's this really cool move. And there's a bunch of ways to do the shape that's described, but I really like the way this looks. It's really cool. So for example, if black blocks like this, then you do this, and black kind of has to come down, and then you do this, 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 and then here. Now, if black just blocks here, then you jump out and you're fine. You're going to make shape, you're going to make life. Everything is kind of good for white. And if you try to do this, then you exchange here and descend. And either if black resists very strongly, you can push and then block and then cut here. The idea is that if you do this, then here black cannot play this, right? Because here, 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 and you lose the capturing race. And if you block like this, then white plays here, and regardless of whether or not like black can play here, this, here, and white will win this capturing race. And if you do here, then here, and white will win this capturing race again. So if that's the case, then black needs to add a move. My AI likes this move. There's also this move, which is also quite nice. Either way, this, and then you play here, and you are alive. And now black takes Tanuki, but you've kind of lived in black's area in a really nice way, and it's quite annoying for black now. Yeah, so that is the second homework, is to know about this move in this sequence. There are some other variations that I looked at that looked really cool, like for example this one, and then you do this, and then sometimes you come up, sometimes you descend. I think this, and then you can like double Hane. There's a lot of cool ideas here. I guess you also have to, make this exchange, and it's a very annoying shape for black to try and kill cleanly. It's very difficult. So using this jump peep is really cool. Not something that I've ever seen before. Really cool idea. So here, yeah, I still think that this is slack, and the AI recommends this move instead of C10. There are a lot of interesting variations around C10 because of like this stuff, and it's important to know a lot of these new joseki. And there was a professional who did respond to me asking these questions with a bunch of different sequences. I'm going to go back and review them, but AI does recommend this jump, and yeah, I think that this is the kind of idea behind it where you're either going to try to counterattack on the side, or you're going to make shape over here, but this is kind of slack. AI doesn't like this move, but I really do like it. I think it reduces it limits the potential of black while improving the potential for white. I think it's a very nice practical move. And then we do this. Very cool exchange here. And I noted about this stuff here. I think that not giving H3 and H2 forcing moves is actually really important for this next sequence. So here, so really, like, these Hanes are usually not the way to play here. Either it's E3 or C3. And the reason is you don't have like crosscuts or Hane Aji where you've got this stone to deal with. If you were to play, for example, E2, and then you have this and like this, that's generally better to do this if you want that. This is what happened in the game, and C3 and E2, these were exchanged anyways. And similarly, if you want to do this, this is probably going to happen, and you would have to play here. It's kind of inferior to just playing c3, because if you play something like this, now you get f2 as a peep, and this destroys white's living shape here. And because you've already made this underneath Atari with k2, you really want to play c3 so that you can ruin the shape here. You can just make it so that there's no aji. And this is one of the big problems with the way Iyama Yuta responded, like this. Instead, the AI absolutely wants this move. It's very difficult for white now to make shape, to live, and it's really utilizing J2 or the K2 Atari under. Like, it's really utilizing it in a productive way. It's really annoying now for white to make things happen in this area if you get this D2C3 exchange. This was just too easy on white. So now, also AI wants you to block so that after this clamp, you push and cut. And because you have this really strong shape, right? Look at this strength. You don't mind this cut. This cut is going to work out generally in your favor, and the fighting is, you are kind of favored in the fighting just because of how strong this group is. This shape is really nice. So this is kind of slack again, and this is kind of the theme of the whole game, is that, we have all these like slack, kind of too easy on white everywhere. It seems like in this critical area of the board, right? And then we have to play this move, and yeah, my AI did not like this move either. And yeah, I'm glad that, like, I'm not a crazy person, right? And that a lot of the times when I'm just like watching this game, I'm like, this doesn't feel very good right now. It didn't feel good because it wasn't very good according to the AI. And like getting this exchange, it just feels so bad. I didn't touch on this before, but the reason why this is so annoying is that white has this move later on, not right now, but later on. And the idea is that if I block it, then this corner becomes a ko. And if I don't block it, if I play something like this, then I get to get out. And it's really annoying. So that's another like big demerit to why E3 was a problem. It lets you leave this behind, and it's just something that white gets later on. White gets to play here, and now we pull these stones out. Yeah, so, oh, I didn't get to mention this, but usually when you see this move, white will play like M18 or like K18 or something like that. Can't play K18 right now because this is devastating, but like, it's cool that the reason why we used a diagonal here is because we're actually aiming at this Tetsuji, and this sequence is really cool. Now this group is dead, right? So that's why you had to play M17. You get this nice double hane, and then here, and then you swallow the stones. And oh, interestingly, so instead of this move, there was also a time where the AI, instead of this move, wants black to play here, and then just give up the 4 stones, and then come back here. And that I also found to be interesting. But we go back to the main variation, and here. So here we wanted to play here and then here. And the AI recommends actually not playing J15 and just playing here now, and threatening this group. And I'm glad I'm not crazy. because defending this cut actually was important here, and it is one of the only times where I have had a feeling about a pro game, and it is an improvement over the status quo, and I was right about it. And it's nice to have these kind of moments that remind you that you're not crazy and that professionals are human, and it's nice to be able to formulate your own conclusions, um, and have the machine tell you that, yeah, you're not crazy. So here, after this sequence, right, we get back here, and now, instead of this move, which was the game, I thought about playing here, but AI wants you to play here. And the first thing is like, okay, I'm kind of worried about moves like this for black, but this is not going to be too much of an issue. Actually, it's a little bit complicated. There's a bunch of reading to do here, but this move is going to generally work, and it's going to be just fine for white. And now, if you play this move, um, well, black has to sort of make life here now, and this move doesn't work anymore because of this, and that's the whole point, right? Um, so if that's the case, then black has to play here, um, and then white plays. I believe it's like, oh, right. There has to be an exchange here first. So maybe no, not quite. I think this is fine actually. Here, and then this, and then or sorry, you come down first, and then white has to play here, and then this here, and then here, and uh, this, and now you play this, and you capture. So now white gets the corner, and black is alive, right? You get this R18 Incende. Now there is the problem of this cut, but you'll be able to link back up to this stone. Um, these two stones might be a little bit in trouble, and maybe you'll add a move later. But because white plays here, there's no problem at all anymore, and S18 is real. And then white just fixes this, and we get this exchange immediately, and then this jump. And this is really the last part of the game. Um, Interesting to note that, like, the reason why this bump happens is because if you do this, you can just come out here, and it's just not going to work for black now. It's black's position is going to collapse. So you do this bump so that the attachment actually works. So you do this here, here, and then yeah, you can't just connect here because your shape is too bad to live because of this move. This is why B7 is kind of shining right now. And so we play this, and now AI actually wants to play here. And the reason is that after this Atari, now um, now black can actually make some shape here. It's like this one, I believe. Um, it's a complicated fight. I I think that there's like, if you do this, and there's this here, and we need to um, come back. And there's this Atari here, capture this is a problem. Um, and then here, here, and then here, I believe. And now, black is going to live, but white also has this, and um, it's kind of difficult because there's a bunch of cutting points here. It gets kind of crazy. I don't remember the conclusion, but I do remember that the AI wanted this push and then play here, this Atari. And I thought that wasn't possible, so it's nice to know. I thought that this move was quite nice because it allowed for this, but it is definitely a reduction in win rate, and this is probably the last relevant mistake of the game. Because after this, like this whole exchange results in white having very very solid territory. The Aji in the corner is very minimal, um, and in exchange you get these two stones, and the Ko-Aji in the corner is kind of extinguished, and that's pretty much it, right? After this exchange, also, I thought that this was better, but if you do this, then you can just go like this and like this, and it's worse off because you're probably going to lose some points in the end game because of this. You haven't captured a stone here, and you might need to defend this cut, and so it's a little bit worse and game wise most likely. Um, so here is better in this case because of that. You play here, and yeah, it's just after this exchange like here, and now there's just like no real way to turn this game around, really, especially when you realize that M4 is like 100 million co-threats, right, which is what happened in the game. um yeah, and it came down to those slack moves. A really cool game to start off the masterclass with. I think I learned quite a bit. um yeah, it was really fun to come up with my own ideas and conclusions and compare them with professionals, and then look at it under AI. And I feel like that's really how you want to grow as a player and how you want to build an understanding, and your intuition, right? Really, memorizing pro games is a way to improve your intuition. And I think that the way to do this is to formulate your opinions um, by yourself while you're memorizing the game and memorizing the moves, and then uh, ask questions, and then get the professional opinion and your own independent study. That all comes after you've formulated your opinions. Don't jump in to just using the AI and asking questions about asking the AI things immediately. It's good to try and build your own intuition and your judgment by treating it like one of your own games. So I really like the way this is going. I'm not sure how much stronger I will get over the course of this month, but hopefully this is enjoyable to follow along with. It's been enjoyable so far. The next game has already been posted, so I will be memorizing that and relaying that to you in a video tomorrow. Yeah, see you next time.